Hi there, my name is Belinda Doveston. Welcome to the I Ching Cafe, and of course our weekly overview for the week commencing the 3rd of August 2020, our first August weekly overview. Last week we had the culmination of many weeks in the month of July, focusing on 11 Peace. So we talked about the Stargate opening up and things lining up and jumping out the nest and using our friends to help us jump and really taking place. The connection that's allowing us to go into a whole new phase of life. The breakthrough that we needed to make, the decisions we needed to make, and the action we needed to take to activate those. Right, so let's have a look at this week. Our hexagram for the week is our old friend 51 shock. I did a reconciliation of the patterns of how many times we got each hexagram, which hexagrams have we never had before, just to get a sense of where might be the patterns that we are all going through. And 51 shock was the second placed winner. We had 14. Great abundance was by far in the lead, and 51 shock was in second place. So now they're even Stevens. This is one of the most repeated patterns of the last 18 months that we have had on this channel. And 51 shock is thunderbolts and lightning, noise, energy, things being shaken up, and an acceleration because the energy suddenly gone whoosh to support us. How lightning and thunder clears the air and shakes things up and creates a drama, but in so doing, what it does is it liberates the energy and it diffuses all the static electricity and it just clears everything up. The rain comes down, washes away all the stuck energy, and we are free and we move forward. Okay, as long as we keep our heads together and we don't drop the precious egg that we are carrying, or the special little cup of holy wine, or whatever it is, the symbol that makes sense to you, that we don't drop the thing that we are carrying that's really precious to us. So in this week, we are going to have an acceleration. Okay, it's going to feel like there's an external event or an external happening that suddenly shakes things up and gets things moving. And we have two changing lines this week, one in the 3rd position and one in the 6th position. And they're quite interesting because 51 shock is a doubling of thunder, okay? Thunder over thunder. And when we do our transforming lines and we give the outcome hexagram, it's another doubling of the same hexagram. So we'll see that in a moment. But hexagram 51, 3rd line, 6th line, let's get into what these specific focus points of change are all about. In line 3 says, the lightning bolt awakens the dragon within. So it's like we all have this dormant dragon, which symbolizes creative power. And the lightning bolt is like a switch, okay? And it switches on the dragon from this long hibernating slumber suddenly wakes up. Ooh, I've got work to do. Okay, so this is a wonderful changing line because what it tells us is that we are likely going to be faced with an event or a shake-up or an event or sudden acceleration that wakes up our creative power, wakes up our ability to create new solutions, to carve new ideas, this creative flow within us, this creative energy. Isn't that wonderful? Our task, of course, is to see the lightning as a way of helping us wake up that dragon, as opposed to seeing it as something that's coming to harm us. And of course, there are some lines in this hexagram that are not so nice. This is a wonderful one. This is the creative energy is woken up, and this dragon wakes up and says, what am I here to do? Okay, creative energy, let me get to it. So there's solutions and there's flow that allows us to bring creative flow back into our lives. Something that's dormant and asleep is reawakened. Isn't that wonderful? As long as we do not see the external thunderbolts and lightning as a problem, it's actually come to help us wake up the dragon that's asleep. Isn't that wonderful? Totally awesome. Our second changing line is a very interesting one, and it says we hear thunder and lightning and panic, and then we realize that the shake-up is not inside us, the shake-up is inside our neighbor. Okay, what that means is that the shake-up is happening in the people around us. Okay, so here we see a progression that we no longer have the dragon waking up. What we're also seeing is we're seeing events take place that send the people around us into a panic. So what is our task here? Our task is to have that moment of awareness that this shake-up is not actually our stuff. It's our family member stuff, it's a friend's stuff, it's our community stuff, it's our colleagues' stuff, it's our leaders' stuff. It's not in here, it's in the neighbor. Okay. And of course, what happens is we tend to pass on hysteria. Okay, so in this hexagram, the moment we go, this is not our stuff, you have activated this flow, because what it does is allows you to become objective and detached. And this is the process. So where you see someone else around you going into a wobble about an external event or something unexpected that has cracked into their sky, your task is to think of my words and say, this is not my stuff, this is my neighbor's stuff. Okay, my task then is to be objective and just take a step back and not get into the drama. Okay, so not getting into other people's drama is what the I Ching is asking us to pay attention to this week. Okay, so remember my words, not yours, your neighbor's. Our flow of change into the outcome, or our second figure of change, our second hexagram, is the hexagram 30, Radiance. This is a doubling of fire, okay? Fire over fire. And so this hexagram is the story of fires and flames, and how when we build a fire burns on wood. It burns on something that nurtures it. It clings to spiritual principle, it clings to purpose, it clings to value systems, it clings to something that's meaningful, the wood, okay? But fire burns brighter and brighter and brighter. And the more we put on great fuel onto a fire, the brighter it radiates. And think about being around a campfire. When you have a beautiful big bonfire, your scope of vision of what you can see around the fire broadens. Now, instead of just having a tiny little fire where you can just see the stones around the immediate fire, now suddenly your view is beyond the sitting circle. We're all sitting round a circle around the fire, and now we can see what's behind us because the flames are bigger. And so this hexagram asks us to pay attention to what we can now see because our vision is more radiant and more broad. Okay, and part of this idea of fire over fire is how we work with others and how we get others to see their greatness, their radiance, how we get the team to see bigger, because we give energy to people and people development. Okay, people radiating brighter. So let's think about what this might mean for us this week. We've got a shake-up, we've got a dragon that wakes up, we've got other people getting hysterical. Part of this process is focusing on being broader and shining our light, okay, because we all have light, whether that's insight, clarity, our own vision, our own leadership, shining brighter and helping others to brighten up and expand their view, because we are illuminating all of us around the fireplace. We're seeing unexpected things because now we can see more. So there'll be some unexpected insights, there'll be unexpected events with 51 shock, and our task is to just stay with the light, be brighter, and hold the light for others. Give others the opportunity to be bright and to be radiant and to help you to see things that you hadn't seen before, because collectively we are all burning like a bright big bonfire. What an interesting week. I think there's a whole lot of energy here for us to work with in the week. Let's see how August gets going with this energy. And if you've not yet done so, go and watch the monthly overview for August, where we talk about the well and what that means for you for the month. As always, looking forward to seeing you on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for our daily stories. And of course, if you've not yet done so, please go along and enter the giveaway for August. Go and find the link below, and there you can go and enter in your particular question you would like to ask the I Ching. There is nothing you cannot ask. If it's meaningful to you, put it down and get your question in. And of course, please subscribe, like, share, comment on the video what was meaningful for you in working with radiance and shock. And of course, don't get hysterical. It's other people's stuff. Let the dragon wake up and help you bring radiance, because it's a wonderful, tight, packed energy for this week. Lots of opportunities to activate flow this week. Looking forward to seeing you soon, and take care. Cheers.